How tall are you?
I am 4'9".
Does height matter?
Yes. Yes.
He's a 9, but he's shorter than you. What's his new rating?
5?
Do you feel height matters in a guy?
Yes.
Does height matter?
Yes.
How tall does a guy have to be to date you?
6'7", 6'8".
If you're shorter than me, it's not even, there's a 0 chance.
In my dating experience, I'm seldom attracted to anyone under 5'10". Even then, I'm bending, but understand it's an average height and I'm okay with it.
As long as you're intelligent, tall-ish. I don't really care about height, but...
Okay, it sounds like you do.
Does height matter, yes or no? Yeah. So we're gonna measure your waist. Because we're gonna judge you based on something you can change. How do you think short guys feel when you judge them based on their height?
Are they bad? I don't know. All right, bye.
I think height is a huge one. I honestly like.
How big is height for women?
I would say,
really though, are women that superficial to think that height is that important for them?
Depending on her height and her level of beauty, I would just say that like sometimes I meet men who are like 5'4", 5'3", and they'll say to me, "I really, really want a beautiful girl." In my personal experience with beautiful women, what happens with them is they assume every man's super tall because that's all they've ever experienced. They don't know how to compromise on attractiveness because they've never really needed to. So they see the world through the lens of course, like, I didn't know men come in a different size. So they can be very shallow with that.
Interesting.
But even, unfortunately, I think height is to women what facial beauty is to men. So it kind of has that similar impact. It's not definite, but it has a similar impact.
I mean, you have a lot of women that come to your retreats. Do they say height is a factor for them, or they're, are all women there that are just like, oh, I'll take a guy shorter than me and it's fine?
What's going on, guys? You already know what time it is. I am back with another video. I appreciate every time you guys take the time to tune in. Listen, so nowadays, everybody has dating preferences, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, men or women. Dating preferences, dating standards are important. It sets a certain level as far as what you expect and what you want. But the problem I think we see in more so nowadays is just the level of delusion of these standards as far as what the requirements are and what they're looking for, specifically modern women, especially when you talk about something so trivial as men's height. The reality is nowadays we hear women speaking about how there just aren't enough quality men, while at the same time rejecting an entire group of men simply based on their height.
How tall does a guy have to be to date you?
Like 6'5".
Yeah, 6'5".
Like 6'7".
6'2". 6'6".
Yeah, like 6'7".
What is the ideal height for a boyfriend?
6'5".
6'4"?
Yeah. Yeah.
You want a guy that's 6'4"?
Well, above 6'4".
Above 6'4"?
Yeah.
Basically, if you're under 6 foot, I don't want to talk to you.
Like, if you can eat my pussy while I'm standing up, then we have a problem.
So what happens if you see a guy that's like 5'8"?
Oh, I don't even look.
If somebody said to me, would you rather be with like a short king who's 5'5" and treats you amazing, or would you be with a toxic man who's 6'3"? At this point in my life, I would be like, how toxic?
I'm on Tinder, not currently, but when I was. If you're below 6 foot, swipe left.
Oh my God, he's shorter than me. He said he's 5'1". Oh no.
Okay, Frank, 5'7". Damn, that's 2 inches taller than me, which means you're actually my height. No.
I can't get with it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna give you a 1. He's 5'6". We don't discriminate. We kind of do, but we don't.
This guy said, "Hey, Ola, you're a 10.
Okay.
Wait, look at his profile first to see how he responds. He goes to my friend's college.
Oh, he's 5'9". Sorry.
Oh, 5'9". That's a little short. You're 5'9".
That's funny.
He's conservative and 5'6". Pick a struggle. Okay, so next up we got Malik. Already off the bat, I see that he's 5'5", and I don't like that. You're really short. Because I just feel like as a man, why are you like 5'9" and shorter?
I mean, I just can't be with a short man. That's embarrassing. I can't be running around with like a little elf next to me. It's just not good.
I'm 5'6" with a 6'5" personality. So that means that anybody who is under 6 feet is shorter than me.
What is the biggest turn-off?
Guys under 6 foot
I don't know, just grow taller, honestly.
If I wear heels and I'm towering over you, it's hard for me.
How tall are you?
5'2".
What's the minimum height that you would date?
6'2".
Oh, why's that at?
Why?
Yeah.
Do I have to say it?
Okay.
I like to be thrown around.
I have a man right now that spoils me, but I don't want to date him. Why not? He's 5'6". I don't even want to touch him, so.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he's just buying me like Cartier, and I'm like, thank you.
And this is something that has become more and more prominent, especially with the rise of social media in Western culture. So much so to the point where now we have men who are literally going out and getting surgery performed in order to increase their height. So that way they feel like they can compete and be seen in the dating market.
I was a short king and now I'm a part of the 6 Foot Club. And I spent $100,000 on limb lengthening surgery. They break your bones surgically, they cut them, and they attach devices that extend the bones over time. The world is a much different place now that I'm taller. When I first did the surgery, people said they hope I never walk again. But as it grew, it actually started to garner a lot of attention from women.
I thought we were on the first date. You're impressing me.
No, I'm not. You're impressing me. I'm 6 foot. I've always been very unhappy with my height. Pretty much my entire life. I realized I was short around 15 years old, and ever since then, it's kind of weighed on me. I tried a lot of different things to make me taller, or at least appear taller, such as spinal decompression, put insoles in my shoes, inversion tables, and they would only give me about an inch more. As far as my recovery process, I work out every day. I'm just restricted in some of my abilities, like squatting. Recovery takes about 6 months to a year. I'm much further ahead at my current stage than most people would be. It's only been about 2.5 months since I completed surgery. I can pretty much do everything that I need to do for the most part on a normal day-to-day basis, so I'm very pleased with where I'm at. The surgery has significantly boosted my self-esteem, mainly because everything I had to go through to get the height, so I appreciate it more. But just being home and seeing how the world reacts to me at 6 foot rather than 5'5" has been like a very amazing experience for me. I've always been like an outgoing person, but now I can just be myself without caring what people think or what people have to say. I'm me all the time now, rather than hiding behind like insecurities.
Now listen, as a guy who's always been the bigger friend, you know, the larger guy to pick up in sports, the bigger adult who never really has had to deal with this personally, I've been around enough men who have been small or have been, you know, a little bit undersized. And the one thing I can say I noticed as far as those who typically had success when it came to dating versus those who didn't was just a level of confidence. So I will say that I think that for some men, it comes down to how much confidence you have in yourself and simply not being so concerned about what other people, specifically women, think of you because you may not measure up height-wise with what they want in a man. Listen, confidence alone isn't going to solve this problem because women still reject men simply based on height, even though that man can possess all the other traits they're looking for. If he's missing that component, they will deem him as not being qualified. But I just think it helps as far as how men end up seeing themselves and realizing that they are not the problem when it comes to this issue.
We asked her to help us construct an experiment to test just how willing women are to date shorter men. And we found 3 brave volunteers. Stu is the shortest.
How tall are you? I'm 5 foot and 5'5" with the afro.
Rob is 5'3". He prefers taller women.
I kind of enjoy it. I mean, I think there are some serious advantages to being having a woman who's a little bit taller.
David is getting married this fall.
She is 5 feet tall.
And you are?
I am 5'6".
Oh, well.
Yeah, giant, right.
We recruited other men about the same age as David, Stu, and Rob, but taller. We asked them all to dress in jeans and a sweater, and then we did something cruel. We put them in lineups 5 at a time behind a 2-way mirror. The men couldn't see or hear what was going on in the next room. That's where we invited groups of women to look at the men and choose a date. In this case, we wanted to see if anyone would pick 5'3" Rob. When Andrea told us women like doctors, we gave him an MD. Their choice?
Andrew. I would say Matt, I think.
No, Rob. We piled on some more assets. We said besides being a doctor, he was also a best-selling author and champion skier who just built his own ski house.
Does that affect your choices?
He's still short.
Then we gave Rob a promotion. We made him chief of staff at a prestigious hospital.
Who would you pick, Kim?
Andrew's probably the closest to who I'd pick.
I'd pick Matt.
Jeffrey, the pilot.
What would it take? Now we said Rob was also a gourmet cook who loves children.
Oh, definitely. I would take him in a minute then. Height, no problem.
I wouldn't, because I would think I don't want short little kids. I was thinking like...
Well, at least someone liked Rob. But if it was this harsh for him at 5'3", what would it take to get a date for Stu at just 5 feet? First, we made him an up-and-coming actor.
No. No. Not.
Then we said Stu had made millions by age 25.
No.
No. Not for me.
Nothing worked.
How come nobody picked Stu?
He's too short.
Too short. Too short.
We asked if there was anything we could add to make Stu irresistible.
Maybe the only thing you could say is that the other 4 are murderers.
Right, or convicted of some crime.
Child molester, psychotic.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then we would say,
oh,
okay, hello, Stu.
Right.
I mean, and nothing bad towards him. He's got a nice smile. He's cute.
But no takers. So we replaced Stu with David to see if 5'6" made a difference. We brought in one last group of women. When they all picked this fellow, we told them he'd been unemployed for 2 years, but that our David was a chief surgeon.
I guess it would be David. For me.
Yeah. 2 took David right away. But Tara chose Jim, whom we'd made a high school gym teacher.
Would it change anything if I told you that David, besides being a chief surgeon, had just published a book that he was a gourmet cook, loved kids, and extremely wealthy?
Yeah, I'd switch to David real quick. I mean, let's be realistic. I'm gonna bag the gym teacher now.
So what's going on here? You had to make those short guys almost like God to make them desirable, right?
We finally made him God, and that's when they chose.
And this surprises you?
It obviously doesn't surprise you.
No.
Now, crazy enough, the average height of a woman is only around 5'2" to 5'6", while men average between 5'7" and 5'11". But we'll see consistently how women who are 5 feet tall reject men who are 5'7", simply because when they throw heels on, they still want to be able to look up at him enough to make them feel protected enough, despite the fact that man is towering over them by several inches in many cases.
All right, so what do we end up popping his?
The only thing is, I understand I'm short. I get that. I am pretty short, and I'm shorter, you know, but it's just you're short too. So that's it.
Okay. And how tall are you?
I'm like 4'11".
Oh my God. Okay, and how tall are you again, Eddie?
5'9".
5'9".
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen.
I know, but you see, like.
See what?
You can look over your head.
Yeah, but I can't, like, you know,
So
look
you want to,
up.
like, tippy toe.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Eddie. And now, is he someone that's your type?
No. No.
Okay, and why not?
Height, mainly.
Okay.
That might be an issue.
Too short?
We about the same height.
What? I'm 6 foot.
Oh.
What?
How tall are you?
5 feet, but in these heels, I feel like I'm getting a little bit taller.
No.
But I'm 6 foot. You know that, right? Yeah, I'm 6 foot.
Oh, okay.
Name and age, and why'd you end up popping your balloon?
Kanaya, 26. I popped it because the height. It's not like, these are like the shortest heels I have, and I kind of feel insecure when I'm like really, really tall, and it's something I got to work on, but I feel like we kind of like neck and neck, and I don't know.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'5.5", but my heels be like 6-7 inches.
I'm 6 feet.
Oh, what?
I'm exactly 6 feet.
I don't know. You look a little tiny to me.
I am.
I mean, sorry, not tiny, but we look like the same.
I'm 6 feet. I'm 6 feet for sure.
My name is Kamina, and 27 years old.
And Kamina, what do you do?
I am a real estate assistant. It's also the height for me.
Oh, you end up popping the height.
Okay. But you are very handsome, and I like your style.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. And your eyes too, I just noticed.
Got a whole list.
I
Okay, and how tall are you? Because he looks like he's towering over you.
I'm 6 feet
It's
tall.
because I have, you're, well, yeah.
Right, so how tall are you? He said he's 6 feet.
Just maybe because I have heels on, maybe I feel a little taller, but yeah.
So when you look at why you see so many people who are in the dating market, single and trying to find their person, I think a lot of that has to do with the delusional standards of some modern women out there. Listen, people are going to date who they want to date, but I think social media does play a major role when it comes to influencing women as far as the choices that they make and their expectations and the man that they imagine themselves being with. Especially when you consider the fact that the average height of a man in the US is about 5'8", but you'll see consistently a woman who's 5'3", 5'4", and she put some heels on, deem that man unqualified to be able to even be eligible as someone who she would consider in a relationship. So on one end, you have a consistent rhetoric kind of being spewed as far as there not being enough quality men currently in the dating pool. Well, at the same time, you have to consider the fact that how many of these men are being overlooked simply based on height and aesthetic alone. Listen, studies have shown that by the year 2030, nearly 45% of women between age of 25 and 44 will be single. And if those numbers end up being accurate, you just have to wonder, is it due in part because of these delusional standards when it comes to simply judging a man based on his height and being so fixated on that to the point where he's not even given a chance to be seen for what type of quality man he really is once you get to know him. So it will be interesting to see as years progress and we get closer to that deadline how things end up unfolding. But guys, as always, questions, comments, thoughts, and your feedback, drop them down below. You know I appreciate every time you guys take the time to chime in. Don't forget, you can support this channel by hitting that like and that subscribe button. And as always, until next time.